Hey guys, my name is Jason Grauten. I am a co-founder and chief creative officer for Rad Lab architecture and development company. We specialize in modular innovation, and we are a leading architectural firm and development company specializing in high-end custom homes, modular construction, and hospitality projects.
How would you describe your design style or approach?
If we had a client, it would be different from being my own client, right? So let's say we have a client, the approach would be to do a series of interviews with the client. For example, I'll just stick with one. Once we've signed up, we know where they want to have their project location, and we've identified the scope. We start to do a needs and want exercise. Say it's a custom home for a husband and wife. So we give them an individual packet. They have to fill out themselves case studies and images of the styles that they like. They have to give us a list of needs and wants, and then we compare them together. And it's almost like a therapy session for them because they didn't know that, some of their ideas were not lining up. And we get to the true heart of what the program is in scope is going to be. Start designing and come up with concepts, starting with massing models. I'll spend a lot of time on the site, understanding the site conditions, the sun and wind, prevailing winds, and all that's coming in. And then I will present some very conceptual sketch type concepts to them. So our approach is always different with every client. If I was working for myself, it would be similar. I'd have to ask myself all those questions and our business partners all those questions. And it's probably driven more from a development standpoint, maybe from a pro forma, starting with the numbers.
How do you understand and meet clients' needs?
We like to get things done according to their timeline and get things done on budget. That's very important to us. So I would say those are the client's two most important needs is budget and timeline. It's a rare case when you get a client that says, hey, it's budget free and I got all the time in the world, so just have fun. So I've had one of those in my life. It was amazing. But for the most part, the other 99% are budget and timeline.
What's your typical design process?
Understanding the site really well, even if you have to stay on site by camping. It's understanding what you can do under the client's budget, kind of taking your ego out of it and delivering what the client wants while putting your creative touch and expertise on it. The technical design process is getting the base files. We need like a site survey, or we need some kind of civil site plan, or we need the base file in CAD. And then I start doing massing models. I start bringing in my families. I start designing, get a good concept going. And then once we get on to past schematic or past design development, then we will do some pricing estimation with contractors and make sure we're on budget with our design. And then once we get past that, we'll move on to construction documents.
Which features of Rayon made you decide to start using it for your projects?
Well, first of all, it was very not intimidating. So going into Rayon was very easy to understand and use right off the bat. The blank white space and whiteboard was really helpful to bring everything in and kind of be really disorganized at first and not have to be so organized. And then I love to use the dimension tool. I love to use the hatch. I love to use the tables feature. Annotations are great and easy. Even bringing in files is just so fluid and easy through Rayon. And then obviously creating pages is seamless. Creating a new page, laying it out is great.
How has Rayon improved your design process compared to other tools that you've used previously?
Yeah, I think it's improved the design process because you can design in Rayon. It's that perfect blend between technical and fluidity where it's more visual, meaning like the interface is not just like a very technical application where you're just drawing line by line. The features and the colors and the hatch families. I mean, one thing I forgot to mention was like the blocks, the integrated blocks and libraries is huge. Before in CAD, you would have to download those or find those and bring them in. So having those libraries, built-in blocks of libraries, and then being able to like bring in your own and save those as well. And actually, I think you can make them a part of like the Rayon master library, which is really cool. That's a great feature. That's a great feature. It saves a lot of time than having to like have your own and develop all your own families. Yeah.